a freak on purpose. Under the sheets, you know I'm lurking. You know me. Do you like what you see?
It cost me less than $3 to make these two adorable ghosts, and here's how I did it. I got the glue, balloons, and creepy cloth all from Dollar Tree, and the black felt came from Michael's. It was only 52 cents. In a bowl, add the package of creepy cloth and about half the container of glue. Massage the glue into the creepy cloth. You want to make sure it is covered and no part is left dry. Now for the body of the ghost, you're going to take a vase or a cup and blow up the balloon to your liking. The bigger the balloon, the bigger the body will be. I draped the creepy cloth over the balloon twice to give it more dimension but also make it more sturdy. I shaped the bottom of the ghost and trimmed a little bit of the cloth so it wasn't too big. I let mine dry overnight, and once they were dry, I carefully unstuck the balloons and glued the eyes on. And now you have yourself some cute aesthetic ghost decor.
Let's go to Dollar Tree. We are going to be making a witch's brew for your front yard. Now for this, we're going to be using a lot of bright colors, okay? So if the white aesthetic pumpkin thing is your jam this season, then you are not going to like this. We are taking it old school, like how they used to decorate for Halloween. Now for this, you're gonna need a pot. Now, I know at some point in the year you bought a plant, you said you were going to keep it alive, and you didn't. It's okay. Now it is that pot's time to shine. No, we're not spray painting it because we're going to repurpose this pot for Christmas. So just grab some biohazard tape or whatever tape your Dollar Tree has, wrap it around the pot, call it good. The spider webbing is going to glow in the dark, and it is going to mimic the potion that is brewing. We're filling it full of the skeleton heads, the skulls, the eyeballs, and it's going to look so cool at night. I do have another Dollar Tree DIY that I'll be posting tomorrow, and it is budget friendly, and you will probably be repurposing something that a lot of you already have. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. Okay, love your face.
I know this looks like a bunch of trash taped together because it is, but just hear me out. I had this vision of making a giant cauldron for my Halloween decorations. And I want to make it pink and sparkly because that's kind of my theme this year, but also still kind of scary and spooky with fog and lights and everything. I did get some inspo from TikTok and Pinterest, but I'm combining a bunch of ideas together to create my own version. So a lot of this is very experimentational, but basically I'm starting with this bucket that was a failed DIY from a previous party, if you know, you know. And I discovered that a jigsaw works really well for cutting out cardboard, especially if you want to stack up a bunch of pieces and cut out a bunch of shapes at the same time. However, I cannot stress enough how much we really just make stuff up as we go along and maybe don't always follow the best safety regulations. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, but we're just attaching the cardboard pieces to the side of the bucket using duct tape, and this is what's going to create the fat round cauldron shape. We use smaller pieces of cardboard and more tape to kind of brace everything and make sure that it was pretty sturdy. And so far everything that I'm using is trash, recycled, leftover from something else. Y'all know I love a good repurposement, including these pool noodles, which I'm duct taping to the top of the bucket to create like the lip of the cauldron and just exaggerate the shape a little bit more. Next, I'm taking some plastic wrap and wrapping the whole thing so that it will create the surface that I'm then going to paper mache on top of. And I've actually never really paper mache'd anything before, so this should be interesting. Stay tuned for part 2. This is the most ridiculous Halloween DIY I've ever made, and I love it. You've probably seen a lot of people making these candles where it looks like the little skeletons are sitting in a cauldron or something, and I wanted to make one, but I wanted to do my own twist on it. I got this pack of little skeletons from Dollar Tree, and I spray painted them gold because this particular gold spray paint makes everything better. And this bowl was already pretty cool. I got it from Michael's, but I felt like it just needed something, so I went ahead and spray painted the hands gold as well. For the wax, I'm just repurposing some old candles that I wasn't using. It's really easy to melt them down on the stove, and then I'm actually reusing the wicks out of those candles as well, so I didn't have to get new ones. Don't mind this weird one, we're working with what we got, okay? I'm using rubber bands to hold everything in place and arranging my little skelly guys before drowning them in boiling hot wax. I'm doing a very pink girly glam type of theme for Halloween this year, so of course I wanted to use pink wax, but to take it to the next level, I was like, she needs her nails done. I'm sorry, she just does. So I'm using an old pack of press-on nails. These are just the leftover nails that didn't fit fit me and they are the perfect thing. They're already like sparkly and blinged out. And I just so happen to have these matching rhinestones to further bling everything out. And like, you see the vibes. This is ridiculous, but it's cute. Like, you cannot deny that this is so cute. I'm gonna be doing a lot more decor like this with this girly sparkly theme, so stay tuned.
I am a low budget witch. Spray that black. And you want to get the pole. It's very satisfying. Next, pick a good looking tree. And now, boop! Ah! Next, you'll need some scissors and some jute cord. Next, just slip that through the broom handle. And now, tie a knot around the tree to hold this in place. So now it should be dangling. More of my outfit is coming off. Now you'll need a pool noodle. Grab your sweater. And now I like to use a black sweater for this. Pull this down, and we'll do the same to the other sleeve here. Add a pair of gloves to the top. You can stuff these down. I'm gonna zip tie these on so it stays tight, and we'll cover it with the sleeve. And these are all clothes I had already. Cinch this tight. Grab some string, tie a knot around the naughty finger. Do it to both sides. Now tie these together. Oh yeah. And now stretch this over the broom and tie it on the other side. Now you can use whatever wig you like, but I thought this was nice and witchy. Wigs will have a netting inside. Next, you'll need a zip tie. This is easy, just force it through the net right at the top. And now everyone, this is so easy. Poke it through the broom and fasten this tight. Now spread these locks out. Now here's my hat I removed earlier. These are very cheap. Get a hole on each side. Once again, we'll attach some cord. Now bring this over her head just like that. We're gonna take this, send that through, and tie a knot. This is just a cheap dance tutu I had. And now you wanna send this up the broom. This is easy. All you need is duct tape. Just get it right on the elastic. Now add a loop right here and stick these sides together. Pinch really good, and you can also safety pin this. Next, you'll need another pool noodle. Cut it in half. It's feeling cold, so we're gonna let it wear some socks. Get it to the end like this, and you wanna be sure to pull this over the edge. Now it needs some little witch shoesies. Do that to both feet. Take the sock, put it around the broom, and just zip tie this together. Do them side by side. As a last precaution, zip tie your shoe to the pool noodle. Then slip through some cord. Stretch this out. Now I connected these to each other around the tree. So I guess it's okay that the witch took my clothes, because that looks pretty cool. And now check that out. It looks like the witch went right into the tree. Looks really cool from all sides. Now you can use a witch's broom if you'd like, but I actually use this on purpose because it made me think of Hocus Pocus growing up. I always loved when the witch used the vacuum cleaner. So I thought it would be fun to actually use a regular cleaning broom instead of the witch's broom, but your choice. And also an option is you can bring these up as much as you want. And this is what that adjustment looks like. It looks like she's more wrapped around the tree. So your choice with aesthetic. All of this was made from stuff I already had. So if you're looking to do something cool on a budget, this might be the one for you this year. We all tend to save these Halloween costumes that we never use again. And now you have a way to bring them all together. I love it. Hope you all love my witch wrapped around a tree. Let me know what you think in the comments. And happy Halloween, everyone. This is my favorite time of year. Happy spooky season.
Let me teach you how to make some spooky magnets. So you're gonna go ahead and purchase some air dry clay, and you're just gonna pull that out and turn them into whatever shapes you want. For me, I'm making ghosts since it's Halloween season. Once I get my general shape, I use water to smooth it all out, and then I added the eyes and the mouth. I let them dry overnight before painting them white, and then going in with black for the eyes, and then I let that dry for about 30 minutes to an hour before grabbing my magnets and hot gluing them to the back of our pieces, and then throwing them up on the fridge. Such a simple and cheap, fun DIY. Give it a go. And be sure to follow for more fun tutorials.
Grab a mop head from Dollar Tree, one of these glass vases, some black felt, some kind of a witch's hat, and an LED push light. You're gonna flip that vase upside down, grab your mop head, move all of the strings out of the way, apply a generous amount of hot glue on the bottom of that vase, and carefully place that mop head right over it. You want to hold it down for a few seconds to make sure that that hot glue is completely dry. You could leave the strings as is, but I decided to unravel the bottoms of them. This gives it a little bit more thickness and volume, and personally, I like it a lot better. I think it looks a little bit more flowy and a little bit more ghost-like. Cut 2 circles out of that black felt for the ghost's eyes, and then just glue those right on. And then add your witch's hat to the top of that mop head. I didn't like the ones that were at Dollar Tree, so I ended up just making my own out of some of that extra felt. Again, just add some generous amount of hot glue and place that hat right over. Add any embellishments. I just added this fake spider. Grab that LED light and place it at the bottom opening of that vase. It fits perfectly. And there you go, guys. How precious did this come out? I hope it inspires you to create your own. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.
Remember the other day when I found this projector from the Dollar Tree for $1.25? And this is what it looked like when it was just projecting on the ceiling? Well, I saw someone here on TikTok who made it into a globe. It was genius. I'll tag her below. So of course I had to run to Home Depot. I also got this adhesive diamond wrap from the Dollar Tree, and I used it to decorate my projector, and it was super easy. I also found these stickers at the Dollar Tree, which I thought were giving Hocus Pocus vibes, and so I got them, and I secured them with my glue gun to make sure they don't fall off, and I think they came out really cute. I also decided to put the diamond adhesive on the rim. Now I'm using my hot glue gun, so that way I could properly secure my globe onto the projector, just like this. Ooh. Now I have to take this somewhere dark, so that way I can show you guys this Dollar Tree glow up. I love it. Halloween is almost here, besties. I'm so excited, and this DIY your children can make. On my TikTok shop, I linked this cute pickle sweater. We're gonna start with the skeletons, and we're going to be zip tying them onto the wreath. Really easy, 4 in total. And then we got the chains. We're gonna need 4 of these equal lanes, and we're going to loop this through the wreath. Just like that, period. It's so easy. I love these web bowls. I use them every year during Halloween time. Here, I use it to anchor the chandelier. Then we're gonna get more chain and loop it through the bowl to create a harness to hold it up. If you guys are not DIY savvy or have never done one of my DIYs, please try this one. It's amazing. It already looks so good. Now, these candles were cute until I turned them on. Didn't like the cool light, so I wanted to make them warm by using a Sharpie. They came out perfect. You guys, look at how this came out. You have to try.
Let me show you an easy and inexpensive Dollar Tree DIY. All you'll need is some tiki torches, a skull, and a little bit of chain. Step 1, grab your skeleton and cut a hole in the back of his head and drill some holes in his eyes. You'll need 2 tea light candles per skull. Place them through the eyes and line up your tiki torches. Attach your chains and place the skulls right on top. Now wait for night to fall. These make a huge impact and they only cost under $20.
Follow for more tips and tricks.
The second I saw these DIY flying bats, I immediately went to Amazon and added everything to my cart. All you have to do is take these butterfly garden stakes and cut the butterfly off of it, and then you're gonna hot glue a bat to it, and then you just stick them in your vase or whatever object you want them to fly around, and they look so realistic. I would 10 out of 10 recommend.
It's showtime.
Into the donut stop, sneak and tiptoe past the cop. Pick me up, a crawl around a couple of tea, and Annie, you're the sweetbreads you happen to see. Brains, I'm gonna lie. I'll eat the brains till the zombified. Sure, they might think it's deranged, but they won't give it a thought after I've eaten their brains. Brains, it's okay. It's not a matter if it isn't gray. And if at first they think it's strange, they won't think twice if they don't have a brain. When I eat them, big ones, fat ones, short ones, tall ones, they're so delectable, especially the small ones.
Girly things to do when you're bored, spooky Halloween edition. Alright, so today Liv is asking for more things to do when you're bored. I'm going to show you how to make this ghost garland. So up first, you'll need some yarn. I got this from the Dollar Tree actually. I recommend getting white, and I recommend getting 2 other colors. You could even do a pink and purple combination. You'll need a book and some scissors. First, you're going to wrap the yarn around the book 25 times, and then when you're done, you're going to tie a little knot at the top as tight as you can, then cut the other end, and you'll have like a little mop looking thing like this, and then tie in the middle of the head and trim it up. Then you're going to repeat this for the orange and the white, and I made 2 of the orange and 2 of the white and 2 of the black. These are for the ghosts, and this is what they'll look like. Next, we're going to get some paper. I'm using my sketchbook paper and painting it all black. This is for the faces. Trace them out. I ended up making cats and jack-o'-lanterns too. And then I used my hot glue gun. You can just use regular glue. It just takes longer. Glue gun is superior. Next, I'm taking a long string and putting them all the way through their heads. You can hang it up on your little fireplace. I put the green one in my plant room.
Oh, come on. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
I wanted to try recreating the viral bubbling cauldron, but even bigger. I found 3 cauldrons of different sizes, stuffed them with some styrofoam, then stacked them up and just hot glued them together. To make it light up, I tucked in some purple string lights, then hot glued a bunch of plastic Christmas ornaments into the cauldrons to look like the bubbles. It works best if your ornaments are different sizes. This turned out so amazing and looks great with or without the lights on.
First spooky craft of the season. Here we go. So I picked up this planter at Michael's, and it was this kind of plasticky resin faux aged planter that I knew I could make look cooler, and I decided to antique it myself. I used this Rust-Oleum flat black paint and primer spray paint. I sprayed everything. It took me 2 coats to get in all the crevices, but it looked cool. And that's what it looked like dry. So then I use this product called Rub and Buff, and I mix 2 colors together, gold leaf and antique gold. And if you guys haven't used this stuff before, it's amazing. It essentially makes every surface you paint with it look like metal. It's very, very cool. And a little bit goes a long way with this stuff. It's very pigmented. You don't need much. I started by painting the whole thing. And the trick to this is you want to paint the highest areas first, and you want to leave the deepest parts, kind of the darkest, more shadow areas. That way you're going to achieve the most natural antique look. And I literally just paint the whole thing with this. And I use a brush, and I'm very cognizant of my brush strokes. I don't want it to look too kind of manufactured and handmade. So I try to make it look as natural as possible just by kind of blending it in. But I start with these high points, and then I kind of go in between to the lower points and use my brush to kind of gently brush it all over. This is how it turned out, and it was looking pretty cool. The second step to rub and buff is you have to actually rub and buff it all out. This is the part that is very tedious and time consuming, but it's the part that makes it look the most like metal. And here's how it came out. I really love it. It turned out super cool, super spooky, antiqued and aged, and I think it's better than the original. What do you think?
How to make spooky statues for your at-home graveyard. I started with a long stick. I put a foam head on top of it and cut up some pool noodles to make shoulders. I duct taped all of this in place. It's not pretty, and that's fine. I also added a spine to give some curve to the back. Then I hammered a stake into the ground and screwed the stick to it. It stands up well on its own and is about human height. Then I took some cheap canvas drop cloths from my local hardware store and draped them over it to make the cloth. For each statue, I used one 9x12 canvas drop cloth. After that, I used truck bed liner spray to coat all of the canvas. This will stiffen it up and preserve all the wrinkles. Then I used this faux bronze spray paint to fill in all the folds of the fabric. While all of this is wet, I used a gloved hand to get in there and mess with it a little more to make it more dynamic. The spray will make the fabric stick to itself, so use that to your advantage. Then I used a jade color spray paint to create the patina. I did this by spraying down from above and highlighting the outer parts of the folds. The combination of this highlight and the bronze lowlights makes the statue look aged and weathered. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos, I'm now doing long-form spooky tutorials year-round over on Patreon as part of my new web series, Out of the Ether with Brandon Hardy. And that's it! Surround them with tombstones and spooky lighting for maximum impact. If you're really evil, you can hide a real person among these and move when people walk by. Hopefully this gives you some ideas on
This is the easiest Halloween decoration that you can do for cheap and real quick. I picked up some plastic sheeting at my local hardware store and cut it down to the size of my window. I'm taping it tight to my window frame so it is a flat, smooth surface. Is this the prettiest on the inside? No, but it's gonna look awesome on the outside. I'm 38 weeks pregnant and I just don't have the time. We set up the projector and found some cool Halloween videos. Check out how cool this looks from the outside. The best part is we can leave this up through the holiday season and change it out for Christmas next. What else should we project in this window?
Hey everyone, so every year I like to build parts of the set to go along with my Halloween display, and this year I decided to build this kind of weird little donut thing. So I took some chicken wire, rolled that around. It was a little bit easier to mold than I expected, so that was pretty cool. 2.5 cans or so of expanding foam, and then 250 count string lights, LED lights. Just pick those up off of Amazon. They do all sorts of things, twinkle and flash and fade in and out. So anyway, this stuff goes on pretty easy. Make sure you wear gloves, and then you wait 8 hours or overnight and let it all settle in. So spray paint the whole thing black, kind of get in a little bit of the nooks and crannies, and then hit it with some gray on the edges to kind of show some ash, and then hit it with some red for fire and some fluorescent orange to kind of let things pop. So this is kind of what it looks like. You can see them flashing super hard. And this is what it looks like when it's all said and done. This little guy, unfortunately, last year he lost a leg, but he is the perfect prop to come out of my spooky flaming hellhole. So that is what I'm doing this year, and I think I'll do 2 or 3 more of these guys. So let me know what you think.
Let's get the outside of my house decorated for Halloween. To start, I'm making the viral tomato cage ghost. I'm adding pool noodles for arms and a foam half circle for the head. Next, I'm stringing these orange lights all the way around and adding an old sheet. I cut circles out of felt for eyes. Look how cute they are. Now I'm cutting the bottoms out of 2 plastic pumpkins and cutting down the back seam. They fit perfect over my front door lights. Now I'm cutting holes in the bottoms of more plastic pumpkins to go over my pathway lights. I wanted to use both ghosts by the front door, but it seemed too crowded, so one's going inside. Now for the star of the show. I got this 12-foot inflatable ghost from Amazon from the company Gear. It projects light onto the house and has a motion-activated sound. I staked it down at the base first, and then staked down the side supports. This thing is so cool. I'm adding 2 more inflatables I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm putting up my spooky feather wreath. Can't forget the skeleton welcome sign. I got these witch hats from Amazon and just tied fishing line to them and hung them with glue dots. These wooden crates are for my pumpkins, but we haven't gone to the pumpkin patch yet. Next, I added these bats and drew spider webs on the inside of the windows with gallery glass. And here it is all done in the daylight. And here it is at night. Come back to see how I'm decorating the inside.
Let's not spend $180 on these Pottery Barn jack-o'-lanterns when you can go to Five Below and get these stacked pumpkins for only $5.32. More like 5 above, am I right? So let's get to work. 2 of the pumpkins didn't have carvings, so I had to trace out the faces myself. Using a utility knife, I cut out the faces of the jack-o'-lanterns. The cut was super smooth, just be careful, I almost cut my finger off. Next step, I spray painted the inside of the jack-o'-lanterns gold, and before I spray paint the outside black, I have to cover these holes with some tape to protect the gold on the inside, just like this. So we're in the final stretch. I spray painted the outside of the pumpkins with a black satin finish, then I removed the tape on the inside, went to Marshall's to get these flameless candles, and for 15 bucks it came out just like the Pottery Barn inspo.
God.
Look, it's as tall as I am. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, there you have it, your perfect little pumpkin floral display. Let's turn off these harsh lights because remember, we have a bunch of lights inside our pumpkins and then we're going to turn them on. All right, guys, before we turn these lights on, I have these fun little glowing roses. And I'm going to pop one every so often just to have a little bit of light kind of going and showing through our flowers. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. So cute.
Okay.
All right, without further ado, let's turn these lights on. I have my little remote here. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so
good.
cute. All right, so I do have a balcony. It is currently 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's not gonna look cool. We are gonna wait until it gets dark and then check in the comments to see what this looks like outside of my balcony. Alright, you guys, I changed into my little Halloween attire to match my adorable little craft.
There's
So here it
adorable.
is, ready to be lit up at night. I can't wait for it to
Okay.
get dark. Alright, you guys, it's finally nighttime. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting all day long. I have my beautiful pumpkin display set up
That
here
looks
in my balcony,
amazing.
along with the rest of my Halloween lights. Look at this. I have this one.
Lights. More lights.
Alright, so let's add this to my collection. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's turn them on in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is so
That looks
fun.
amazing.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Well, let me know if you guys like that, if you would try it out, and also, what would you do differently?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to think maybe like witches' hats upside
Oh
down.
yeah. A Christmas hat at the top.
Just pop a Christmas hat, leave it like that.
Amazing. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Skeleton DIY. First you need a garbage can. Apply decals. Grab some neon paint. Apply neon paint. Add more paint and let dry. Seal paint. Get a pump. Do some surgery with tubing and zip ties. And zip tie to trash can. Fill with water. Throw some highlighters. Drill holes to attach black light. Happy Halloween.
I saw someone else on TikTok doing these scrape paintings with ghosts, so I turned them into little ghost portraits. We have the whole family, and these two right here into a little car.
My new pattern is here with Joanne, and I made a cauldron for Halloween. It has a handle and a lid, and plenty of storage to hold things inside. I wanted to make something that you could use for the entire holiday season, and I think this does the trick. So I'm putting all my Halloween candy in it this year for the holidays. You can get started on the free pattern on my blog that I made with Joanne using Big Twist tubular yarn.
Goodness. Alright, yep, that's perfect. I cannot wait to see it close. Should we go show Kezzy? Let's do it. Should we go get Kezzy? Alright. Okay, so close your eyes. Cover your eyes. Come this way. I think you are gonna love this. I think it's awesome. Here we go. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, then you can open your eyes. Here we go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, look at it. Turn around. What do you think?
That's awesome! I love it!
It's pretty scary, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? Should we take it down now?
What? We gotta keep it up at least a year.
At least a year.
Oh, I love it.
Here's the easiest Halloween decoration that you can do right now. We do these every year.
It's super inexpensive. It makes a big impact.
All you need is some yarn and tape. Start by creating spokes and then start weaving your web.
It's unbelievable what you can do with a few basic craft supplies.
Don't forget the spiders.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This is Halloween of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween. Everybody make a scene. Trick or treat. Tell the neighbors gonna die of fright. our town. Everybody's free.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should.
A spooky, scary skeleton shouts startling, shrilly scream.
Alan, this is Halloween Town, just like the book. Decorations, the goblins, the witches, the ghosts.
Halloween DIY. Grab one of these glasses, remove the plastic glass, and then spray paint it white. You're gonna grab a cauldron. I grabbed this one from the Dollar Tree Plus section. I removed the top and then I removed the little spout. If you can't find this cauldron, get a regular one and just drill a hole on the side. Now I'm gonna distress it a little bit. You can skip this step, but it's literally just painting it black and adding some cinnamon until it looks all gross. I'm making a base using wood from Dollar Tree, but if you want to save a little money, go to Lowe's. It is double the size. And I grabbed wood glue from Dollar Tree. I'm going to put one short piece at the bottom, one tall piece on top, and once it dries, I want to make sure this is nice and tall, so this was a little too short, so I ended up stacking the wood a little bit. That you can't see this later on, I painted the base black and part of the hand, and I'm going to use a submersible water pump, which I will, if you go to my bio, you'll see it. It's got little suction cups, so I put that at the bottom, and then I took the hose and the USB cable and fished it out through that hole on the side. So that you don't see the liquid come from this hose, I'm going to cover it with black duct tape, and I also ended up cutting off that lip because unfortunately I can't use the lid. I used duct tape to attach the hand as well because I tried with hot glue and it didn't work. And now I'm going to make a mark where the hose is going to go, and I'm going to use this wood burning kit to make a hole on the side. That will also, you can also find it if you go to my bio. So do this in a well ventilated area. This is what it should look like. It should fit right there. And then put some white tape where the hose is so you don't see the green. Now put the glass back into the skeleton hand and put your hose through, cover it with a tablecloth and some creepy cloth from Dollar Tree, and tell me this isn't the coolest DIY you've ever
Over
seen.
to the Dollar Tree so we can make this spooky DIY. I'm using 5 of these skull fencing panels and removing the stakes. Now just take some black spray paint and give it a good coat so we can take away the plastic look. To assemble, I'm using hot glue to attach each panel and then zip ties to reinforce. I added purple string lights, then took apart this chain link and added it to the board. Add other spooky elements and make it your own. I drilled 2 holes in Scully and secured him with zip ties. Repeat these steps for both of the skull hands. I suggest reinforcing these with hot glue or other adhesive so the skull hands don't move around. We wanted this guy to look like he's escaping the gates of hell, so I added some handcuffs as well. Drape some white creepy cloth or stretchy spider webs over his head and hands to make him look like a ghoul. We're going for a 3-dimensional look, so stretch the fabric and secure it to the edge of the board using some hot glue. Trim off any excess cloth. I used a couple siding hooks to hang him up in my entryway, then added a candle for that final touch. He looks spooky in the day, but look at him at night. Let me know what you guys think of this Dollar Tree glow up in the comments, and follow for more spooky DIYs.
Just pour in your clothespins and then your school glue, add in your water.
just any kind of water. You can use tap water, and then just stir that up. Okay, set that to the side, but check this out. Less than $4 for this mirror, but the best part, look at this back sticker. $199. All right, let's add on our lights. Take your glue gun, take your twinkle lights, and just start gluing. You're gonna wanna pick a top and a bottom, so make sure you know which is which. Okay, putting the last part of the lights into place with the glue gun, and then we are ready to move on. Okay, give your glue a mix, make sure it's not getting solid. Now, no bones about it, here we go. Okay, take your duct tape, get a nice big piece, take your head, put it up on its end like this, place it halfway down, don't get too high up on the skull, and then just tape it into place. Okay, take another piece and do the other side. All right, since you won't give me a hand, I'll give myself a hand. Put the hand next to the skull and tape it down. We're gonna tape this on nice and tight, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, you can take a skeleton apart, but this was a bag of skeleton parts. On the leg, because I want a bend in the leg, I just took a bamboo skewer, taped it with my duct tape. Let's attach it. Okay, I got some cheesecloth. Take about 2.5 feet of it, and then just cut it. And we're gonna take it, and we're gonna dip it down into the not super glue, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? The Elmer's glue, the school glue, mixed with water. Drape it over the top of the skeleton, so leave the hands exposed. But spread this out. Now we're gonna take our next piece and do the same thing. Okay, I'm cutting this one longer because I wanna cover the skeleton from head to toe. So I'm going to, wow, it's already sticky. Put it down in here. You'll understand about the clothespins in a minute. Take this big piece. Now, some people have used, I think, cornstarch or something, but this I saw Martha Stewart do. So if Martha Stewart did it this way, it's good enough for me. Before I place the last layers, take your cheesecloth and just rip up the ends, because we don't want any straight edges at the bottom of this. Get all that stuff off. It's ooey and gooey and feels like, well, it feels like wallpaper paste. All right, last piece going in. Put it right over the top, tuck that in, but make sure you've got that cardboard covered. Bring it all the way down, press it up against his face. You can take some more of the glue and just put over his face. We've got to stiffen that up. Bring this all the way down. Take your rough pieces that we just shredded, and then take those and pull them out as well. Put some over the leg, and then before this starts to dry too much, take your scissors and carefully just cut some holes carefully into the kneecaps so his knees start to poke out of the cheesecloth. Okay, I almost forgot. Don't forget to do the sides. So I've got one more piece to add here. Okay, right now I'm just taking my scissors and I'm making this a little rustic. And then take where the fingers are, press the fingers through, and then just kind of cut up around it. But do it slow, don't do it too much. You don't want to overdo this. Great. Pull this one back up. If you pull too much, just pull the cheesecloth back up and over the hand. Okay, the last piece is going on. Guys, I cannot wait to hear what you think of this. This turned out better than I had hoped, in my humble opinion. Here it goes, and then off to the living room we go. Okay, if I did this again, I don't know that I would need the clothespins. I used to weight this down while it dried. Now, as promised, here comes the magic apple. I'm gonna put it right in the skeleton's hands. Remember, this was so easy to do. Keep an eye out at the rummage sales in the thrift stores for a cheap mirror. I got a bargain on this one. The skeleton hands and legs and skull came from the dollar store. Sorry, craft store. I almost got confused. I mean, let's turn on the lights. I've talked enough. 3, 2, 1. Look at those lights. It goes from purple, and then these also can turn orange, and then back to purple, and they can flash. How amazing is that? Check this out. Here's the nighttime. Be sure to let me know in the comments how you think the skeleton turned out. And remember, if I can do this, you can do this.
Dollar Tree and grab this posable skeleton, this wooden sign, this mini guitar, and some rope. Start off by removing the string from the hanging sign, then measure and mark the center of each corner. I used a 1/4-inch drill bit to drill 4 holes. To give it a stained look that's budget-friendly, I mixed some acrylic paint and diluted it with water. Give it a good coat, making sure to get into all the nooks and crannies. And don't forget about the underside. Once it dried, I was really happy with the result. Next, take your rope, but keep the zip tie that comes with the packaging. Thread the rope through the board as shown. You're gonna repeat this step on both sides, leaving 6 inches of rope. Use the zip tie from earlier to attach the 2 pieces of rope together. I did this 2 inches from the end of the rope to allow room for braiding. Next, I took some smaller jute rope and wrapped it around to create a braided look. Tie off the ends and trim off any excess rope. This is the look we're going for. Now we have a functional swing for Scully. To complete the look, I took a swag hook and hung up the swing. Place Scully on the swing and add any accessories that fit your theme. I was going for old-timey and western, so I added a guitar and cowboy hat. I love the way he turned out, but think he's in need of some more band members. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think in the comments and follow for more spooky DIY. Over to the Dollar Tree to grab this skeleton hand yardstick, this mini lantern, and this wooden plaque. Start off by measuring and marking the center of the wooden plaque. Drill a hole about 1/8 of an inch deep and sand down any rough edges. I went with this hexagon-shaped plaque, but there were other options too. Next, give the plaques a good coat of black acrylic paint. You could definitely use spray paint if you want. Then take the mini lantern and unscrew the bottom. Remove the light, but be careful because this is actual glass. Using a red Sharpie, go ahead and paint the candle tip so it looks a little bit more unique. I cut down the yardstick to 1/2 inch and use super glue, then hot glue to attach it to the wooden plank. Hold it for a good 30 seconds so it's nice and secure. Next, take some black creepy cloth and drape it over the wrists of the skeleton hands. I took some command strips and hung these over my bathroom toilet to give my guests a scare. Lastly, add the mini lantern and check this out. I absolutely love the way this turned out, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and follow for more budget-friendly DIYs. Catch you in the next one.
All you gotta do is say my name.
I don't know your name.
Well, I can't say it.
How about a game of charades?
Yes, let's play it.
2 words.
Right.
Second word. Drink.
No.
Beverage.
No.
Wine.
No.
Juice.
Yes.
Okay, first word.
Okay.
Bug.
No.
Ant.
Close but no.
Beetle.
Yes.
Beetlejuice.
Wow, I'm impressed. And all you gotta do is say my name 3 times. 3 times in a row. It must be spoken unbroken. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Beetlejuice.
Yes. Oh, this is gonna be so good.
What? You're so smart. A stand-up role. I'll think about your offer. Let you know. But I prefer my chances down below. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Being young and female doesn't mean that I'm an easy mark. I put someone with piranhas. I don't need a shark. Yes, life sucks, but not that much. Okay, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Be a dawn sparrow. The